Hello everyone. I profess, well, okay, before I profess, this is sort of, I decided to do sort of a recap every week of the inks that we're getting, so every 7 days, which really, 7, 14, so it's really like 4 maybe additional videos that I'll be filming, but I wanted to, let me try to gather my thoughts here. What I really wanted to do was be able to see visually at a glance my Inkvent inks that I received in the Inkvent calendar. You can see I have my 7. I actually don't know if you can see it in camera here because I'm sitting down. But basically, if you've been following along on my shorts that I have, I've been swatching them in, in my planner, in a Midori book, and in this other book, just to kind of see how the inks act or whatnot, or their properties. And then I've also been swatching them on a watercolor paper. If you've been kind of watching along, it's on there as well. And so I guess, to start off with, I have to say, I don't know how knowledgeable I'm coming off on these inks. This Inkvent calendar is my first ever fountain pen ink. I will say the first fountain pen ink that I purchased was the Ferris Wheel Press Adventuring. I don't have it handy unless I walk over, 5 feet to grab it, but I'm lazy, so I'm not going to grab it. But it's a beautiful color, and I believe I bought a Lamy Safari. It was my first fountain pen, and then that was the ink that I bought to accompany it. And I fell in love with it, and I literally was using that for, I don't even know how long, 6 months or so. And then this company that is local to us, the Gilded Rabbit, they carry a lot of the Ferris Wheel Press inks. And they had a sale. I think I purchased like another 3 bottles, different colors. And so that sort of started my fountain pen journey. So for the longest time, all I owned was Ferris Wheel Press inks because I love their shimmer and their sheen that's in their inks. Coming from sort of the watercolor world, and by no means am I a watercolor expert in any way. I'm very amateur, if anything. But I just love the flow of inks, and so it felt natural to progress kind of into fountain pen inks and sort of kind of tie in the whole I don't know, painting aspect of things with like the writing aspect of things, and so it just blended really nicely and intersected between like my creative and my like writing in terms of journaling and stuff. Anyways, I will put a disclaimer out there that I don't really know what I'm talking about when I talk about and give my opinions on these inks and stuff. Literally, it's like, take it as a beginner looking at an ink and it's like walking into an art gallery and you're just giving your thoughts about it. So that's sort of all I'm offering. So yeah, just take it with a grain of salt. But anyways, I decided that I wanted to put it into like a 1-page view. I have gotten lost in swatch land, to be honest with you. Like, I started off with these little swatches here, which were great because I loved using my Coffee Monsters Co. ink and then being able to swatch a little sample of it. But as you can see, it's so small. I don't even know if you can see it here. And it really doesn't give me a lot of ability to see the properties of the ink. Anyway, so today what I'm looking to do is, this is just going to be a video swatching the first 7 inks from the calendar, and then I'll do my shorts that kind of summarize each day, kind of opening the day of the ink that we receive, and then kind of going through swatching it, and then I kind of give my like thoughts about the ink. And so I'll do that for 7 days, then I'll have a recap video for the 7 days that just passed, or the 7 inks that I received, and kind of swatch it here to kind of go along, kind of tie it all together. So I'm hoping you like this journey. And again, this is, I don't know how you all do fonts, but I literally just Pinterest fonts that I like, and then I sort of copy them. So would I like to have 2025 in this beautiful, copied font? Yeah, I would have, but on Pinterest, I can't show you because I'm using my phone to film. On Pinterest, this alphabet only is available as alphabet, so I couldn't see in my mind how I would do the numbers. So I just had to write 2025 and make it as, you know, nice as I could and be okay with it. Anyway, so I'm going to swatch this a little bit of me talking, a little bit not talking, because I typically don't do a ton of these real-time videos, because sometimes I blip myself up, might say the wrong thing, or I get in my head and then I like lose track of what I am saying and stuff. But anyway, so I'm just gonna recap the Diamine Inkvent calendar. I will just go grab it quickly. So as I know you've all seen on YouTube land, here is the Diamine Inkvent calendar. It is the Teal edition, so the 2025 edition. I have no idea what other inks are in here. What I like about this is it doesn't give you spoilers as to what inks are in here, whereas I think some other calendars, a lot of advent calendars sort of not spoil it. I think they just kind of list out what's there, so people kind of have an expectation of what's in it. But I like it because this is completely a surprise, unless you decide to open all 25 days in a row. And what I like about it also, for a beginner, typically you buy bottles and they're full-size bottles, and if you're a beginner and you're, you know, not quite knowing what sort of like ink you want to use, it's nice to have little samples or little bottles to kind of try out the inks before you kind of buy the full bottle. So I really enjoy this set because I'm just gonna push these down so I don't peek into the other days by accident. Oops. But these ones here are their 12 milliliters. So each day you get 12 mils, which is about, I think each pen holds about a mil. I don't know. So if this is 12 mils, this is gonna be at least like, I don't know, at least 2 or 3 pens, if not more. And that wasn't mathing at all. So maybe this is 2 mils in a pen, and maybe that's then 6 pen fills. I don't know. Anyways, again, take with a grain of salt. And then in the Inkvent calendar, on the 25th day, you get a full-size 30 ml bottle, which is like amazing also. So you get 25 inks to try. Whether you like them or not, if you don't like them, you can give them away. You can trade with other people. You can use it to paint, you know, whatever you want to do with them. But at least it's like a smaller investment, even though this is a one-time investment, of course, but it's a small investment if you were to buy the smaller bottle. So anyways, that aside, so that is the calendar. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to swatch each of the colors, but as a recap, these are the colors that we received. So day 1 was Celestial Skies. I used the label maker and just put in day 1 because I tried to put Sharpie on the gold part of it to indicate the day that I received this or opened it, and it kept rubbing off. So I think it's just the type of label. The permanent Sharpie pen, the Tombow pens, none of them seem to have staying power on it, so I just used the label maker and that made it nice and clean and easy to see. So anyway, Celestial Skies is a shimmer. It's sort of like a tealy blue with some shimmer in it. We can swatch that and kind of go through it. So I'll swatch it, give you a little assessment as to my thoughts on it, and that's kind of the video, I think. So day 2 is Energy, which is a purple color, and it is a sheen ink. Day 3 is a Carousel Carousel is the name of the color, and it is a pigment ink. So you can see it kind of looks like, if you are in the watercolor world, the best way I can kind of explain this is it kind of looks like a how do I put it, soy sauce type consistency. Okay, that doesn't make sense, but if you follow the Mint Gardener, if you're a watercolor artist or just someone likes to dabble in watercolor like me, in one of her books, so I have one of her like learn how to watercolor, I think florals or something, and she kind of describes like 3 sort of different viscosities, I guess, if you will, of watercolor to use. And so one of them is like almost like a soy sauce type consistency, one is like more watered down. She's got terms for it and I don't remember them exactly because I haven't looked at the book for a little while, which reminds me that I should. Anyway, so this one just looks thick, but it's not thick. I don't know if that makes sense, but day 4 is Smoky Tobacco. So this one is a scented one. And then when I swatch it, I will give you my thoughts on that if you haven't watched my shorts. Day 5 is Marie Rose, and it's a standard ink. And at first I thought this was a gold color because it looks very similar by label to the Smoky Tobacco, thinking like if this is bronzy, this is gold, but it's actually not. And then day 6 is a Fir and Fog, which is a chameleon color or ink. Again, see, no idea what I'm talking about. And then the last day, day 7, is a standard ink, and it's called Blush. So I'm going to swatch these for you, and maybe I have things to say, maybe I don't. So just bear with me. This channel really is about making mistakes and kind of learning as we go, and just doing things as we go. And you know, I think that's sort of encompassing of all art, I feel like, if that's the way we learn and grow. And so anyways, totally rambling, but I'm also going to swatch my little ink cards here because I have them, and then like that way I'm not like not using them because I made them and stuff, so I'm gonna put that aside. Okay, so let's start here. So day 1 is Celestial Skies again, and I'm just gonna give it a little shake. I know some people do like gentle agitation. I just give it a vigorous shake and just shake it all up. Just kind of making sure that the shimmer isn't settled at the bottom and it's kind of mixed thoroughly, because I find that with the shimmer inks, they tend to settle quite quickly. Okay, so I found this handy little tool that has a little, like, I don't know, muddler tip, I think it's called, and then it's got a pen tip, which before I was using a brush, not this one, but it's sort of like this one, but it was more pointed, and the amount of ink that goes in these brushes and how often I have to like rinse it out to try to get all the ink out was just nutty. And so, and then I was using a dip pen to write with, and not that this was bad, this was like great for writing, but anyways, it just got to be too much. So this is like kind of like a 2-in-1, a two-er if you will, and I think it will be just great. So anyways, I now have to do this because I've rambled. Just shake it up again, and I totally have ink all over my hands, but that's fine. This is the life of a creative. So I'm gonna dip my muddler in there. So this is day 1. I'm just gonna kind of do what I've seen other people do to kind of catch the sheen of the inks. And then there's probably some wastage, but that's okay. I'm just gonna rinse that off. So this one again is a shimmer ink, and then I'll just dip in here, and I won't dip too much because this little guy seems to hold on to quite a bit of ink. So I'm just gonna write Celestial Skies, and that it is a shimmer ink. And this is gonna seem like a waste, but I'm gonna try to do it because I forgot what I was doing. We're gonna try to just do this, but it's not gonna give a good indication of the ink itself, so I'll probably want to do it. And now I've wasted a lot of ink, but that's okay. We'll just keep going. And I just use baby wipes. I use baby wipes for everything. This comes from my stamping days I used to have when I was stamping. I was in the Stampin' Up world, and so it's called Stamp and Scrub. And you would like spray your like whatever your stamp, and then you would just rub it in the Stamp and Scrub thing. But honestly, these things are amazing. So I just use them all the time for everything. Okay, so where are we? I wonder if I need to move you a bit closer here. Bear with me, we're all learning. Okay, so I will see, I shouldn't have, oh my goodness. you're just gonna get everything in this video. So, you know, real life. Okay, so let me shake this up again. And unfortunately, when it's like real recording or like live recording or however you want to call it, there is no, I mean, I could go and through the effort of like cutting this out and cutting the audio out and piecing bits and pieces together, but chances are I probably won't because I'm lazy. So you just get this and you can fast forward or you can stop watching. I hope you don't stop watching, I hope you keep watching, but Swatches, guys. Okay, well that took a long time to do one. Hopefully that's not the trend moving forward. Okay, so maybe what I need to do actually, sorry, I'm so like harebrained here today. I'm gonna take them out because I think that will be easier and I'm not gonna smudge things everywhere. So Diamine Celestial Skies, I'm gonna put that aside, which you can still see. And then we're gonna cap that. And already you can see, so what I have, this is Apica paper. I don't know, I bought a pack of these fountain pen friendly papers. It feels so soft and so smooth, and it fountain pen inks right on it wonderfully. Like I write letters to my pen pals with my fountain pens on this paper. And when I say pen pals, I have one dedicated pen pal. Shout out to Rob here. And then I have a few new ones that I'm writing to, and we'll kind of see where that kind of progresses. But it's been sort of fun just getting to know people in different parts of the world, sharing a love of all things creative and fountain pen and planner related. So I've been really enjoying that. Anyways, I bought this paper and the inks do so well on it. I can't even tell you, like when I write on it with like sheening inks and stuff, it just shows off everything about that ink, and I love it. Anyway, so this is a Apica paper. I can try to link it if anyone is curious about it. I see people linking their products all the time. New to this, I don't really do all that fancy stuff, but I will try to do in this video. Okay, so anyways, again, sidetrack. So day one, Celestial Skies. I don't know if you can see it there, but you can see the Goldie Flex shimmer. It's like a teal blue base, like a darker teal blue base. And it almost has some in, I would say like, is it the sheening or the edges? I don't know. But it has like burgundy in it. And I don't know if the camera picks it up. But it is a stunning ink. I love it. Okay, so day two, Energy. Energy is a sheen ink. So again, I think shaking it is good. I don't know. Okay. This guy. Okay. And I have water off to the side if you can't see it. Just these jars of water that I don't know. I just use old mason jars and do that. Okay. So this one is Energy. Of course, I forgot to write Diamine on here. And oh, I didn't mention on this one. Okay, see, I always mess things up. Okay, so there's that one. And this one is Energy. And the sheen. Okay, perfect. I wonder how pretty the water is going to turn after I dip all these inks in there. And we'll find out. Alright, so that was day two. Let's see if it has any sheening in it. It's still kind of drying. Okay, we'll move on. Day three is Carousel. I don't even think I had to shake that one. I just have a bad habit because I shake a lot of my inks are sheening or shimmer inks. And I'm like saying all the wrong things because I don't really know what I'm talking about. It's okay. Okay, so this is Carousel. And it's Inkvent ink. And I feel like this muddler thing, while we're talking about it, I think that the tip, you can't really see it, but it's not like a smooth glass. Like it almost has, let's see. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. But it almost has like little divots in it. Anyways, I feel like that's what kind of the ink grips onto. Could be wrong. Okay, that was a lot of ink that I just dipped in there, but it's fine. So this one is Diamine. Carousel. This is a pigment ink. It's a good idea to clean all your tools in between really well so you don't get any blending and changing the color of the next ink you dip into. Okay. Close that up. The 4 is called Smoky Tobacco, and this is just a standard ink, so again, no shaking required, but I shake everything. And I find that this one doesn't. Oh, and it smells. I held it to you all like you could smell it, but you couldn't. Oh, that was a lot. It's fine. So this is Diamine. Oh my goodness. I can smell. Okay. On that side, smoky. Oh, I can't tell. Sorry. Oh, why do I mess up? It's fine. Okay, so I definitely messed up there. Super fun. I'll let that dry first, maybe, and then mumbling now too. Okay, so it's supposed to be scented. I wrote standard because I wasn't thinking. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Not ideal, but it's fine. See how this writes over white out, which, oh, it's scraping it, but that's fine. Okay. Okay, good enough for that one. The 5 is Murray Rose. Again, it's a standard ink. And it surprisingly is not gold, which I would have actually loved. It is actually like an orangey color, like a warm caramel color, I would say. Oh, this one's really like seeping through the paper. Like you can see the, I don't know, like the fibers of the paper when it's too soaked. That's interesting. Okay, so that one is Fir Rose. And then we have Fir and Fog, which is a 6. And this one is a chameleon ink. And so you can all see all the shimmer there. So this one you do want to give it a little shake. Shake it like you mean it. Okay. Well, that should, you know, have agitated it enough. So this is Fir Fog, A6. I will say this little muddler pen thing actually writes pretty smoothly, which I was surprised about. I should have centered that one a bit, but that's fine. So if you're wondering why I'm whispering to myself, I like to talk to myself or talk me through what I'm doing. I don't know if any of you do that, but if you do, kinship. Okay, so that's Fir and Fog. It is in its color, and then the last one here is Blush. And this is just a standard ink as well. So again, no shaking needed. This one is called Blush. And this is just a standard ink. Alright, so that is week number 1. Sorry, let me just wash all my tools here. Okay, so that is week number 1 for the Diamine Inkvent. Just cap that up. And here I'll just bring the bottles forward. Make sure they're all on before I do this. So that's all of them. I'll just go a little closer here. Alright, so that is the first week, and honestly, for my final thoughts here, and I apologize if this video was a little long, but when I first saw the lineup of the colors, as each day as I pulled them out separately, they were great on their own, but when I lined them up like this together, it didn't make sense to me, because I was like, oh, I don't know, like, it's a weird lineup of colors, like they don't really seem to go together, but then when you swatch them out and you kind of have them like the way I have here, it really, I don't know, they kind of, I wouldn't say they all go together, but they kind of like, I can kind of see like a flow. But anyways, okay, so let's go through this. So some of these are still kind of drying here, but this is day 1. I love, like when I opened it, I probably squealed because I really liked this ink. So I likely will probably invest in a bottle when it does come out. I think once I've kind of moved through some of my ink as well, because I don't want to have, I say this now, I don't want to have a drawer, like a bookshelf full of inks, but you never know because that is just the artsy mind. Number 2, day 2 is Energy, which is a purple. It's like a deep purple, which again is my jam. And it does have sheen to it, but this doesn't really pick it up. And I don't know if it's maybe how I put the ink down. But it's sort of like a darker purple sheen. Let's see if the little ink swatch here picks it up. You can kind of see it's got like a greeny tinge to it, but hard to see. Day 3 is Carousel. It's sort of this, like, it goes down like a rich red almost, but then it dries to this muted, like, leftover meat juice type color, which I'm not particularly fond of, but I'm sure there will be a time and place for that ink itself. Day 4 is Smoky Tobacco. Love this brown. It's sort of like it almost looks like green tones to it, I want to say, but it's a really lovely brown tone. And then Marie Rose is a lovely kind of caramel, warm caramel, orangey, peachy kind of color. Really like it, actually. Yeah, it goes down. It's a really nice color. I don't really know how to explain it. Fir Fog, day 6. Really love this color again, but shimmers and sheens are just my jam. And so again, when I got this one, I squealed because I love this. And so this one it says chameleon, so I don't know really what chameleon, I mean, I know what the word chameleon means, like shape-shifting or like color changing or whatnot, right? The camouflagey kind of type stuff. And so I'm not sure, is it supposed to have like what? But anyways, when I like kind of turn it and stuff, I only see like green sparkles or shimmer. Not sure what else I should be seeing, but, and then the last one is Blush, which when I first opened it, I was like, oh, I wasn't like super thrilled about it. It is a nice little pink color, but it actually dries really nice. I like really do actually like this color, so I'm happy so far with the 7 days, and I think they all will kind of have a time and place. I just honestly just love writing with these different inks, especially when you start using paper that's made for fountain inks. It really does make you love the ink even more. Anyways, I do hope you like what you're seeing and will follow me along for the rest of the days here. And I do hope you kind of like this. I don't know what I'm going to do with this side here. Will I chop it? Will I do things with it? Will I write with it? Who knows? I don't know. It's all up in the air, but I guess we'll find out when we get to the end of this series. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you for putting up with my bloopers and my, you know, randos, my going off the charts or just random sayings, or I don't even know. But it is late for me here in Canada, and I'm going to call this a night. But thank you so much for being here again, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye.